Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Color X Mellis Unlimited, and we should be getting our good ending for Okazaki today, because we are in Chapter 4, yeah, and then we'll do our text message thingies, our leaf thing, and then our bonus side story thing, like we did with Sasazuka, and then the next part we'll get all of our normal/bad endings. Well, except for that first one that we got in the prologue. Anyway. But yeah, we should be getting our good ending today, I think. Anyway. I'm gonna think about it. Wait for me. Wait for me? I've been confused by Okazaki's reply. What was he thinking about? What was I waiting for? Is he thinking of reasons to turn me down? Like, he can't date me if it's gonna lead to marriage? What if he'd never thought about marriage because he was one of those people who didn't want to ever get married? I tried to think of a response, growing anxious. I can't think of anything to write. Anything I thought of felt so superficial. So I decided to send a sticker or send nothing. We're actually supposed to send a sticker. Would this be okay? It was a whimsical yet comforting sticker. If I just say that I'll wait, it might create even more awkward tension between us. I convinced myself that this was the better option and put my phone away. If Okazaki wasn't going to say anything else, trying to second-guess myself would just make me feel worse. I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Regardless of how he felt, it was still true that I loved him. My heart was set, so all that remained was for my partner to make up his mind. Everything else could come after that. Phew! I let out a heavy sigh and shook my head to clear it. Time to sleep. The pain in my chest was because I was tired. I was sure to feel better once I got some sleep. Desperately hoping that was the case, I snuggled under my bed covers. "5:08, 5:20 p.m. We did text each other after that, but it'd be in person again. Wait, what? We did text each other after that, but it would be in person again. Okay, that doesn't make sense. He texted me at lunch earlier, saying he was too busy to see me tonight. He's not avoiding me, is he? Golden Week came and went, and I returned to work. Today I was on patrol with Mochida.
Oh, Shino, would you go talk to those high school girls in front of the convenience store? It's better if a woman does it.
Sure, will do. Some high school students hanging out and eating snacks, their garbage littering the sidewalk. There were enough of them that they blocked the sidewalk. I had to focus since I was still on the job. I kept reminding myself not to let my mind wander to other things as we continued patrolling. Eventually, we stopped to rest, and Mochida left on a bathroom break. Hey, if it isn't Hoshino, are you still working today? Oh, it's Yoshinari. Okay, I didn't know who it was. Oh, hi, Yoshinari. What are you doing here? Almost his voice, anyway.
I was actually about to head over to your place, so this is perfect timing.
My place? Oh, did you have plans with Kazuki?
Yep, he said he'd lend me some albums from overseas. Your brother has great taste in music, you know?
They really are good friends. Come to think of it, Kazuki had been mentioning Yoshinari more often lately. Although it was kind of an unexpected friendship, I was pretty happy to see that Kazuki was making new friends. It's really weird when we're going to steal his new boyfriend from him. You know, when we go down Yoshinari's thing after this. I'll be done with my shift soon, so you can stay for dinner if you like.
Yeah, get to eat your home cooking! Ever since I tasted your food, it's spoiled everything else for me.
It'd be worth the effort to cook dinner today, if he was happy about it. Then Yoshinari lowered his voice and whispered.
Also, it sounds like Okazaki screwed up pretty badly. But I know he's trying to do his best for you both, so please be patient with him.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, it doesn't change the fact that he's a perfectly careless airhead in the first place. If he pisses you off again, just give him a good pinch square in the face. Like this! Do it when you see him tonight!
Well, he actually said that he'd be working late today, so...
What? He left work early today. Said he was going straight home.
Huh?
Eh?
What's going on? He lied to me. My expression must have given away my dismay because Yoshinari immediately started panicking.
Wait. I probably just heard him wrong. That guy's an exercise maniac, so I bet he stayed at the office to train in secret.
I appreciate that Yoshinari tried to comfort me, but it didn't help at all. Could you tell me... Just as I tried to ask for details, Mochida returned.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Hoshino. Let's get back to it.
Oh, all right.
Sorry to keep you while you're working. We'll talk later, Hoshino. I'll spill the beans then.
That guy's from the security police, isn't he?
Yes, he's an acquaintance of mine. Yoshinari had left so awkwardly that it was hard to even watch him go. I'm back. When I got home, I could hear excited chatter coming from Kazuki's room. It seemed like they were having fun and hadn't noticed that I was home. That's okay, I'm just going to cry in the kitchen alone. Ignoring their noise, I went to my bedroom and sat down on the bed. This might be a serious falling out. On the way home, I texted Okazaki to ask him where he was, but his only response had been, still at work. If what Yoshinari had said was true, then Okazaki was lying to me. Okazaki wouldn't lie about something important. He had even been upfront with me back when he said he was using our relationship to help get himself killed. Though at the time I had wondered if that would have been better kept to himself. He wasn't the sort of person who would tell lies to hurt me, even as a joke. So is he doing this to avoid hurting me? Maybe he said he would still at work so that he wouldn't have to say he didn't want to see me. I could understand that, but the pain in my chest only intensified as my mind raced through more frightening possibilities. Dinner comes first. I need to make enough for a hungry house guest. I swallowed my anxiety and headed in the direction of Kazuki's room when I heard what was being said inside.
The hell? That's basically cheating. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's Kazuki, sorry. Because their things are whatever.
Now, Kazuki, a lot can happen between a grown man and woman. But it was meeting with someone else while lying about still being at work, right? I don't think there's any excuse for that.
Yeah? Cheating? Lying? Meeting someone else? Those words burrowed themselves into my mind one by one. I'm sure the lying about being at work, meeting with someone else, is not because he's cheating, like having an affair. It's like they're using it, like they're just using the word. My bird is screaming in my ears. But you know what I mean? Maybe he's like meeting with Sakuragawa or Mukai. You know what I mean? Like meeting with someone else to talk about, like to try to fix this. You know, he's doing something nice, but lying about it. It'd be the same thing, like if a man was preparing a proposal, right? Okay. Oh yeah, no, I'm at work, honey, and then you found out that he left work, you'd be like, why the fuck did you lie to me? Because he's lying to you to hide that he's doing something nice. Like, people lie about surprises, but when they get caught in the lie, it always seems like shady. You're not like, oh, they're gonna surprise me with something nice. You're always like, the fuck are you doing, you backstabby bastard? You know? So, it's just trying to make it more tense and no, I must have just misheard them. Either that or they're talking about somebody else. Walk away now. But maybe I was suddenly assailed by simultaneous feelings of anger, sadness, and most of all, self-loathing. I'm so full of myself. That applied to my earlier proposal, too. I'd been so sure that Okazaki loved me more than anyone else. Because of that, I convinced myself that he would happily accept the idea of marriage. I was aware that he'd had numerous lovers in the past, but I didn't really feel like they were a threat to my relationship with Okazaki. I thought myself special. We all do. When you're in a relationship, you think you're special, right? I swear that to you, right here. You're more important to me than anyone in the world. And no matter how much time passes, my heart will belong only to you. I mean, he said it. It's not like you imagined it. Can I trust you? I'll make it so that you will. I want to trust you. I want you to make me trust you. We both agreed that we had to try to fulfill our love for each other. In the end, I'd been the naive one for believing all of that when he said he'd loved me. Oh, girl. Oh, you're back? Hey, are you crying? No, I'm not. Wait, you were here, Hoshino? Bird, what the fuck? My bird is going fucking nutter butters. Did you see the birdies in the trees? It's okay, they're not gonna get you. Are you trying to play with them? They're playing by themselves. They're not crows, they're smaller. They're smaller blackbirds. They don't look as big as crows, or they're baby crows. I don't know, just crows are very big and those look very small. Still big compared to you, but... Yoshinari came out of the bedroom, took one look at my face, and turned pale. Did you hear us? I'm sorry. I did overhear you, but it's okay. I'm fine. I'm just kidding. That's not what your face is saying. I'm saying it, so I mean it. I insisted that he was wrong, causing Kazuki to glare at me in irritation. Stop playing tough. Anyone can tell. All right, that's enough. Siblings shouldn't fight like this. And Hoshino, you're getting the wrong idea.
I was talking about myself.
Huh? Yoshinari's own love life?
Yeah, I was talking about a failed romance in the past. It's definitely not about Okazaki.
He was telling me how he broke up with his ex-girlfriend because she cheated on him. He's too nice, isn't he?
It was so misleading. I knew that Yoshinari wasn't at fault, but I could feel my anger bubbling up with no place to go.
I gotta say, though, if you don't trust Okazaki, he's got nobody to blame about that but himself. I think he's actually given it some thought this time.
What do you mean? Yoshinari was still nodding when my phone chimed with an incoming text message notification.
I finally got some time off. Can we meet?
Alright, you're on your own for dinner, bitches.
5:12, 11:56 a.m.
I feel like it's been forever since we got to go on a date like this.
It really has been. I think it's been almost a month since we happened to arrest that man.
Wow, been that long, huh?
We were at the west entrance to the Shinjuku train station where we'd met up last month. But I was in a much different frame of mind today. It had been a while since I'd seen Okazaki, and there was something awkward about him. I probably appeared the same way to him. Yeah, because you kind of had a weird proposal fight. Not really a fight, but everything was awkward, and then you were awkward to each other, and this is just... Everything is awkward! Everything is awkward! Everything's awkward when you don't communicate. Everything is awkward. Anyway, we kept a calculated distance from each other as if we were two strangers meeting for the first time. Our hands, which were typically always intertwined, were now well out of reach. Always entwined, sorry. Where should we go today? Do you want to decide while we have lunch? Our last day got interrupted, so we could pick up where we left off.
Yeah, we could do that. But there's somewhere I want to take you today. Would you mind coming with me?
Okazaki guided me down a strangely familiar route. We finally arrived at a place that I knew well. This is your place, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll move on, but I was thinking we could have lunch here first.
Here? I have ingredients at home, and I could whip up something quick for us.
And now everything's ready to go already.
I was like, where's... Screen's just dark. Whoa. When I opened the door and stepped inside, I was greeted by the sweet aroma of tomatoes. The table was set with silverware and flowers. I felt like I was looking at a restaurant. Oh, it's cute.
Please sit, princess. I'll warm up the soup for you.
Confused, I sat in the indicated chair. What was going on? That's so cute. For a while, Okazaki set dish after dish on the dining table. First, he placed a steaming bowl of minestrone. There was also a sliced loaf of French bread and a macaroni salad that seemed to be intended to accompany the soup. Okay. Wait, did you make all of this, Okazaki? Oh god, we're gonna die. You're trying to kill me.
It took a while for me to get to a point where I could.
Looking around, I spotted a stack of cookbooks in a corner of the kitchen. Aww. There was also more cookware and seasonings than I remembered seeing before. Wait, so you've been so busy lately because... Okazaki smiled without saying anything. Then he filled a wine glass and held it out to me.
Please eat. The food's going to get cold.
All right, then. That's so cute. He learned to cook for us. Aww. Your birdie friends are outside again? It didn't seem right to stonewall him, so I hesitantly picked up a spoon. The first thing I reached for was a steaming hot bowl of minestrone soup. Or is it supposed to be minestrone? Do you not say the... I don't know. Look, I don't... Soup's okay. Tomato soup, that's it. Chicken noodle soup is alright, I guess. But,
How is it? I'd be happy to hear your honest opinion.
Well,
be as blunt as you want. It'll help me improve next time.
Okay. I think it's a little too strong.
I watered it down already, though.
You added too many herbs, which muddled the flavor of the tomatoes. It ends up tasting over-seasoned, like the herbs are fighting with the tomatoes for my attention.
I see.
Surprisingly, Okazaki's cooking wasn't bad. He made some small beginner mistakes, along with the inclusion of some strange random flavors. Oh, this reminds me of a strange taste in snacks. I gave Okazaki a few more pointers, then tried another spoonful of the soup. Oh, sorry. Still, it tastes good. I can tell that you put a lot of thought into making this.
That makes me happier to hear than anything else. It's embarrassing to admit, but there were so many failures. I practiced until I never wanted to see minestrone ever again. Is it minestrone? Minestrone?
I don't know. I don't make it and I don't eat it. It's weird. I don't think we've ever had it in my family either. What made you suddenly decide to cook anyway?
I've been thinking about a lot of things lately, not just cooking, wondering what I can do.
He looked slightly ashamed by my question.
I've always gone to the dry cleaners to get my laundry done, but I took the chance to buy a washing machine recently.
Huh.
Also, my robot vacuum cleaner ran away from home, so I went out and bought a second one.
Forgot about that. It ran away from home? Oh, wait. I think you mentioned that before. You left the door open.
Yep. I won't let it out of my sight again.
Is that something you should admit out loud? Now that he mentioned it, the place was sparkling clean. Okazaki wasn't a sloppy person to begin with, so I hadn't really noticed it before.
I've always had a hard time with house chores, but surprisingly I can do them if I set my mind to it. I guess I just had a complex about it. Of course, I'm still far from perfect. I'm still learning as I go. At first, I couldn't motivate myself to clean for myself. When I think about doing it for someone else, I can try hard.
I quietly listened to Okazaki. I could already imagine what spurred him to change his habits.
And though I definitely spent the most time learning to cook, it's seriously hard. When I hear chores, the first thing I think of is cooking. I didn't want to give up halfway.
Okazaki, you...
Yeah, I've been trying to give the idea of marriage some thought.
Okazaki continued quietly, then seemed to gather himself and looked straight at me. His expression told me he was trying to say something important, so I put down my spoon and returned his gaze.
To be honest, when you asked me to marry you, I was afraid. I wasn't afraid of marrying you. I was wondering whether I'd be able to make you truly happy once we're married.
Once we're married, not if we got married, it's once. I'm already happy, though. Just being with you is enough for that. Oh, sorry, my neck. Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, the same goes for me. I know how much you love me and how happy I make you feel. But that's not exactly what I meant. If we were to get married... This might come as a shock, but I actually hold back a lot of myself when I'm in front of you.
Huh?
The truth is, I want to be by your side at all times. I want to hold you, to hear your voice. I want you to only think about me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I wish you'd never think about any other men. It isn't merely jealousy. I want you to spend all your time for me. I wish I could just lock you up all for myself.
Okay, don't go there! Crossing a line. Having laid all that bare, Okazaki took a deep breath. Don't be a Toma.
That's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a little bit.
We'd have to both quit our jobs for that to be a reality. Which is to say, I know that it's totally unrealistic.
Oh, thank God.
Still, that's how much I love you.
I was having trouble keeping up with him, but those simple words moved me, and I went straight to my heart.
I think I'll be even more clingy once we're married. But even if it made me happy, I'm sure that you wouldn't be. I realize that my overbearing love would destroy the happiness and the life that you have right now.
Okay, so like you pulled a Toma.
I would lock you up and put you in a cage, but I realize that's a bad thing.
Oh! See? It's all we want from crazies. If you're gonna be crazy and overbearing, is just admit I'm crazy and overbearing and I'm trying to get better at it. Thank you! Okay. Personal growth. I appreciate that. Anyway.
Of course, I'd never physically lock you up. That's insane. I wouldn't allow myself to do that. I would never be a Toma.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Once I'm with you every day, I'll want you even more. I'll love you so much that it'll hurt us both. If my feelings became even heavier than they are now, I know I'll just become a burden on you, and that's not what I want.
Is that why you couldn't answer me back then?
Yeah, I was just afraid. I didn't understand my own feelings. And then I reached out to Yanagi for advice. He got mad at me.
So you don't feel confident that you can make Hoshino happy?
What is happiness anyway?
It sounds like you're just sitting on the problem.
Not long ago, I still had that confidence. I was sure that I'd make her happier than anyone, but that was just my ego talking. I realized that I was just selfishly deciding what would make her happy.
You idiot.
You don't have to say that out loud, man.
You came here because you wanted honest opinions, right?
But she's so... How do I put it? Pure? Clean? I know I shouldn't get her dirty, but thinking about it just makes me want to do it even more. If she really becomes mine, then she'll have nowhere left to run. But once I'm serious about her, I won't let her leave.
You make her fall head over heels for you, then run away and make up excuses once it's time for you to deal with the situation? If I had to describe you in one word, you're a scumbag.
I know that. I let it get to my head and said all those words, but then I couldn't own up to them. I just don't want to make her sad. I want to love her, but I don't want to love her so much that it breaks who she is. I don't even want to imagine a future like that.
So I appreciate him being self-aware. Like, I'm borderline Toma, but I don't want to be a Toma. Thank you. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Look, the fact that you're borderline Toma does worry me and concern me, but you weren't my favorite anyway because you're a little too crazy. So,
As much as I want to be with her, I want her to be happy too.
he does have great CGs, though. The CGs are amazing. I see. That's why you don't want to think about it. History just keeps repeating itself.
Huh?
You need to trust her. Do you really think you, of all people, would be able to take everything from her?
Okazaki let out another great sigh. Then he continued hesitantly. I hate to admit it, but Yanagi's right. You're not the kind of woman who'd crumble just because I get a little selfish.
Exactly. You're underestimating me.
Mm-hmm. So I know it's pathetic of me, but I think that I should throw all of my feelings at you.
Yes. Maybe not. Maybe I'm reconsidering.
I always want to be with you, and if you want, I can get married right away. Just tell me where to sign. But I don't want to make that decision lightly, because I'm that serious about you. So, I know this will sound selfish to you, but I want you to wait for me.
That wasn't how Okazaki usually acted. These were the meek words of a chastised child. However, while I was surprised to see him this way, I felt vindicated. We both knew the reason, but I'd been acting like a coward too. Yeah, I had known. He'd hesitated because he lacked confidence, because he'd overburdened my love, because he was afraid to live an aimless life of obsession. I knew about that weakness of his because I'd been by his side, watching him. And yet he's trying to move forward for my sake. In that sense, I knew that I'd grown dependent on him. Once, I had made up my mind to protect him. How could I have forgotten? Kay, it's not that I'm dead set on marriage. I just wanted us to be more connected. And yes, there's also a part of me that wants to keep you to myself. I'm not going to let you go, so I'll wait. I returned his feelings with my own without looking away. He smiled, appearing on the verge of tears. He finally called me by my name. He looked like he wanted to take a step towards me, and I felt the same. Kay took my hand. Perhaps my feelings had gotten through after all. All you had to do was call him his first name. Thanks. Sir, if you're going to wait for me, why don't we make a pinky promise like before? Kay held up his little finger in front of me, the way he'd done once before. For an oath as sacred and mature as marriage, it was an awfully childish gesture. But I smiled, nodded, and took his pinky in my own. It's okay. They do it. Like, it's so childish. Like, sometimes it's okay to be a little goofy and childish with the person you love. Cross your heart. I promise you that once I can be proud of the man I am, and that I'll make you the happiest woman in the world. I promise you that once I can be proud of the man I am, and that I'll make you the happiest woman in the world. It's more like, once I can be the proudest... I promise you that once I can be proud of the man I am, that I'll make you the happiest woman in the world. That's what it is. I'll propose to you myself. I'll hold you to that. I answered, smiling. Kay continued his vow. I'll take responsibility for the rest of your life, so I'm going to give this all of my thought so that I'll never ever make you sad. I've still got a long way to go, even at work. I need to get stronger so that I'll be able to protect our family. You're so greedy, Kay. But I'm not just going to let you protect me. I'll look out for you, too. Yeah, stay by my side and protect me. I'll accept all of you, good and bad. Spacey. Kay reached out and caressed my cheek with his hand. It's funny how, because she was trying to call Sasazuka Takeru, but then she kept, in these things, calling him Sasazuka. She'd, like, you know what I mean? She'd still slip back and be like, Takeru, and then be like, Sasazuka and I did this, but it's funny that it's not written that way here. When I first fell in love with you, it wasn't out of pure romance. Yeah. You became my reason for living. I was fixated on you because I didn't want to lose that. I knew that too. I'd felt something similar at first. It wasn't as simple as love or romance. It had been an obsession with not allowing him to die. But now it's different. And now I feel like I want to live because I love you and I want to make you happy. I don't really understand love or romance, but I'm sure that's how I feel now. I've fallen for you, and I'm sure those feelings of desire will turn into true, pure love someday. It'll be a love so deep I won't feel fear or anxiety anymore. A love that'll set you at ease. I want to back that promise up with something other than a pinky, so here. Kay held out a small decorated box. I want to apologize first. I actually bought this a long time ago. I just bought it because I thought it'd look good on you. Marriage was never on my mind. All I could think about was you. Kay looked utterly apologetic, which just made me feel even more affectionate towards him. He was about to open the ring box, but I'd already seen him open his heart to me. Sometimes I feel lost, frustrated, and pathetic. I'm a man who can't promise I'll make you happy right now, but believe these words. I'm always thinking about you. I love you, no matter what. I'll never change. Kay gestured for me to open the box. I did, stifling the pounding in my chest. Oh, I heard my voice slip out in a mix of surprise and wonder. In the box was a thin, glimmering silver ring that seemed to bathe in the light of the room. It's so pretty. So, like, Sasazuka gave us a necklace. I know he's given us a ring. Give me your hand. We're gonna have a full set of jewelry by we're done. I bet Shiraiishi's gonna get us the tiara. He seems like the tiara type. Actually, that's an Enomoto thing. Absolutely. I looked up as Kay took the ring in his hand, smiling gently. I nodded and extended my left hand, my heart beating quickly. It's a promise ring. He easily slipped the ring onto my fourth finger, as if we were at a wedding ceremony. Wow, it fits perfectly. I'm glad. It really does look good on you. Yes, you're the one who picked it out for me after all. There's no way it wouldn't. Thank you so much. I held up my hand, the light glinting off the ring. It was a subtle yet elegant design that was understated, but still caught your attention. I never told you my finger size, though. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Hey, I don't have experience at this, okay? It's my first time giving someone a ring. Do you like it? Of course. It was different from any of the accessories I'd worn before. It was nothing like the collar I'd worn, which was intended to be a leash for me. I wore this ring because I wanted to. It was a shining symbol of the wish I shared with my beloved. I've never been so happy. Where's our CG so we can see our beautiful ring? Smiling, I approached Kay. This is my greatest treasure. Oh, CG. Wait. I gave him a kiss on the cheek. No? Really? No? I can't put the way I feel right now into words. Sorry, but I owe you this much at least. That was a surprise attack. No fair. Kay's lips twisted in a slight pout, causing me to giggle. He frowned even more inside, so I wrapped him tightly in a big hug. Thank goodness. I was so nervous. I don't know what I would have done if you hated me after all this. Hey now, I've never felt that way. You've never had to worry about that. But I made you feel anxious, didn't I? And we didn't see each other for a while. Sure, but I knew that you didn't want to see me because you still hadn't made up your mind about how you felt. So glad it worked out. I don't think I've ever been this desperate in my entire life. Really? Oh, I guess there was one time. When you decided to go into the Adonis base on your own. I chased after you, remember? And that was the other time I was about this desperate. Oh, you're exaggerating. Lives were on the line that time. I'm really not. Want me to prove it? You said it first. Kay took my hand in his and pulled me close so that I'd feel his heart beating. Perfect, because then the hand... Oh, there we go. We're going to get... Oh my god, it's a beautiful CG. Oh, look, it's so cute. I held his face in both of my hands, feeling the warmth of his cheeks. You really are warm, right? My heart was pounding so hard I thought it might burst. I can't kiss you if you're dead. And I absolutely can't die. So he really does have some of the best CGs. Like, he looks so kind of precious in, like, all of his CGs. Oh. Kay laughed and slowly touched my ring with his fingertips, as if to assure himself that it was real. Because, like, in his regular, like, his sprite, he always looks slightly crazy. Like, he's got crazy eyes. You know what I mean? I'll give you another one. A proof of our promise. Then I've got to give you something in return. I'm not the kind of person that just accepts gifts. Actually, it's my turn to give you a gift next. Yeah, I want an engagement ring too. A long time ago, I had the girly girl dream of having a man propose to me. Now that I was with Kay, however, those feelings had changed somewhat. I knew that nothing would happen if I always waited for him. So, I feel like you're gonna make me wait a while. So why don't I officially propose to you? With the actual marriage form next time. No thanks. I have to be the one to say it. Let me have the spotlight. I already proposed to you first, though. Ugh, can we not count that? Kay, are you saying that you want your girlfriend's confession of a lifetime to not count? But I'm the one who loves you. I have to be the one to say it. No, I love you, and certainly not any less than you love me. I love you more. No, I love you more. I'm gonna vomit. I super love you. He whispered to me close enough that his lips touched me. It's a competition then. No giving up allowed. I should be the one saying, ugh! Beautiful. Our lips entwined, first in a playful kiss, then in a rough struggle for dominance. I rose to the challenge undeterred. Yep, and this is what always makes me feel better. I know I bring it on myself, but whenever I'm apart from you, I feel incredibly greedy. Panting, okay. I wonder how long we'll need to be connected for my feelings to turn into true love. There's no rush. You'll find yourself feeling that way before you know it. Yeah, and I feel like I can't wait. Can you still love me even like this? Hey, you said you'd accept all of me, right? Yes? Then I'm gonna take all of you, too. Right now? Okay. In the end, we spent the entire day indoors. This is the first step from romance to love. That was awfully intense for a first step. It's been a while. You'll have to forgive me. Hello, hi, okay. We leisurely passed the rest of the day indoors. The end. Oh, they do change the color, so now like everything in the background, the cat, the buildings, everything is purple, even the text. I was wondering when everything on Sasazuka's was like seafoam. He really does have some of the best CGs. Like, he's not my favorite character because he's a little fucking weird. There's nothing wrong with him. I don't dislike him. You know what I mean? But even sprite-wise, he's not like my favorite. Like, oh my god, he's super hot. Like, it doesn't have that. He's got crazy eyes. He always has kind of crazy eyes. There's something about him. But his CGs, he looks so fucking good in them. It's like, you know, like sometimes the sprite's like really sexy in the CG and you're like, oh, well, I mean, okay, it's a good CG, but it's not as good art-wise as he's like the opposite. Like, you're like, the sprite's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with him. And then all of a sudden, in the CGs, you're like, Jesus, kind of hot in the CGs. Like, I appreciate that. But hopefully we don't have to. Anyway. Watching over our lovely that one's a pretty CG. She looks good in it. I like when we don't see her stupid jellyfish hair. It's just weird. It's like awkward. Like most of the time it's kind of like, okay, her hair's like pulled off to the side so it looks better, but I just don't understand what the obsession is with like the short hair all around on the top layer and long underneath. It's like a weird ass, it's a jellyfish mullet. I don't understand it. Like when her hair's like that, it's like pulled off to the side, it's cute. Because it like looks normal. But I can't get over the one from like the first game where it's like, oh no, she's got those short pieces all the way around the top layer. That's fucking weird. Alright, there you go. And we're gonna get an after scene. We might not have time to do the side story and the text things, so we'll do one and then we'll do the other in the next part if we have to. Let's go on a date all day when we have to time off. It had been over a month since the day our long-awaited date had been cut short. It started as a romantic date, but we'd ended up in police interrogation. We hadn't had much contact after that other than quick meetups. Felt that it had been a while, but we finally got another day where we were both free. We were supposed to meet up at the west entrance of the train station, with the intent of properly redoing that date. Or so I thought. Morning. Weren't we supposed to meet by the train station? Yeah, but I couldn't wait. I don't know if we need to reenact that day this faithfully. And that's not why I did this. It had nothing to do with what happened last time. I just wanted to see you as soon as possible. You really must have been looking forward to today. Kay was smiling innocently like a puppy about to go on a walk. How could I possibly be mad about that? I know you've waited a long time for this, but now I can keep my promise to you. I'm gonna have you bring me all around town to make up for last time. I hope you're ready for that. Let's go have lunch first then. I wanted to do a repeat of my home-cooked meal again, but this time I'm gonna take you somewhere that's actually delicious. Oh, we couldn't make it there last time, but I hope you like it. I made a reservation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your eyes to the northern sky. Woo! Yay! I love planetariums! At nearly the very highest point, you'll see a constellation known as the Big Dipper. See the string of stars that resembles a handle? The end of the next curve, there should be an orange star. Can you see it? This is Arcturus, part of Bootes. Is it Boots? Bootes? Bootes? Booties? The Herdsman constellation.
Orange star, orange star. Did you find it? Yeah, a little off to the east. Try and follow where I'm looking. See? Point, dumbass. Oh, there it is! Whispering so as not to disturb the starlight silence, I rested my head on his shoulder and took in the view. We were at the planetarium in Ikebukuro, where we'd promised to visit long ago. The exhibit filled my view of the ceiling, which rivaled the magnificence of a natural skyscape. They're like jewels. You'd never get a view this beautiful in Tokyo. And can you see the stars in your hometown? Sometimes, but they're rarely this clear. But you can't see nearly as many stars there as you can see from the Tokyo area. I even remember my grandfather telling me that my family name comes from a place where people would see the stars. Spacey, exactly. An outer space. I know that's not what she meant, but it was just like, oh, well, yeah, that works too. Wow, that's beautiful. I'd like to visit your hometown someday. You're welcome to come anytime. My parents were difficult sometimes, but I'd imagine that their prickly attitude would have little effect on Kay.
Did you find it? Just past that cluster of stars, we can see Spica as well as
Denebola?
the lion's tail. These form the spring triangle. Let's look at the summer triangle next.
Denebola? Denebola? I don't know. Like, I don't know how to pronounce. Star names are like all crazy, okay? The assembled visitors gazed up at the stars, guided by the soothing voice of the narrator. It was a truly beautiful sky. The vast cosmic expanse seemed to embrace us, pushing our daily worries from our minds. I felt keenly aware of how insignificant I was in light of the countless shimmering stars. I love fucking outer space. I really do. I mean, hi. Thank you. I do. I'm like obsessed with it. Like, but I don't like know everything there is to know because it's too much information, but also space is a scary fucking thing. I do wish it's one of those things that you're like, I kind of wish I'd been smarter in school and done more science things. I would fucking totally love to deal with like outer space. Like just looking, even just the photos. But you're like, oh, planets are fucking neat. Look at all that shit. And then you read things about like everything. You're like, outer space is a scary fucking thing. It's terrifying. There could be a black hole like literally an inch from us and we wouldn't fucking know until we wouldn't even know. We'd just be sucked up and gone. We don't know. You don't know. It's terrifying. Like, asteroid just comes out of nowhere, takes us out. You don't know. I mean, it's an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, scary motherfucking thing. And to think the universe just goes on forever. That's impossible. Like, that's bad shit insane. Because everything you're like, yeah, no, forever until it ends. And you're like, no, but it never ends. And you're like, but your brain can't fucking process. Like, you know it. But it's so weird when you think about it. You're like, it's just, seriously, never, it just, but it's a loop though, right? No, it just never, it could be a loop. You don't know. It's fucking weird. It is fucking weird because everything has an end. everything, except for space. So it's weird. It's weird to think of infinite, because everything, we're used to finite things. So, like, infinite things are, like, fucking bizarre. Like, you know they exist, but you're like, but it's hard to wrap your brain around, and I love that. I love how crazy it feels. Anyway.
It's so mysterious. When you look at the stars one by one, they seem little more than points of light. The people in ancient times connected those dots and gave them myths and significance, and that's cool too.
The Summer Triangle is very famous. It's made up of 3 stars, Altair, Vega, and Deneb.
I don't know if I'm saying this right.
Vega and Altair are also known in Japan as the
Orihime and Hikoboshi stars? I feel like I can pronounce that better. That's because there's not as many variations in how you pronounce Japanese letters, okay? I wasn't knowledgeable in astronomy, but even I recognize those names. I mean, when they're written in normal character, you know. I can't read kanji, but...
I hate to only see my lover once a year. I think I'd die of loneliness.
No dying now. His hand reached for mine, and I clasped it tightly in response. I looked back up at the stars. In this vast universe, on this one planet, in this one country, in this city, we managed to meet each other despite those odds. I'd call that a miracle. See, and now, thanks for rubbing it into my face. That fucking... It's like few and far between. I'm going to die alone with a bunch of cats. Thanks a lot. I want to savor that miracle as long as we possibly can, so I can't have you dying before me. Not even by an act of God. Nope. Or sickness? Also no. What about natural causes? That's not allowed either. You're so demanding.
And now we'll have a therapeutic moment. During this time, the narration will stop. Please enjoy the next few moments under the skyscape as pleasant aromas fill the room.
Oh my god, it's death gas! I heard Kay chuckle wryly as I closed my eyes. The stars blinked out, replaced by a soothing darkness. I imagined the comfortable, luxurious sheets that Kay had ordered for his sofa. The gentle whistle of the breeze through my ears and hair. It would be more relaxing to keep the stars up so we could stare at them. The fragrant aroma entering my nose. Then... a soft warmth touched my lips. I opened my eyes and looked aside, where I saw my boyfriend smiling devilishly. Oh, what's wrong? You're supposed to keep your eyes closed. Try and enjoy the moment, like the narrator said. Did you do that? Do what? You know what I mean. Fine, never mind. I closed my eyes again. This time I turned away from Kay and covered my mouth with a hand. That way he couldn't kiss me. Then, slowly... This time I felt the sensation of fingers tracing my back, and my eyes flew open. Kay, quit it! There was some light chatter around us, but I didn't want to escalate this into a commotion. At least that's what was on my mind, but Kay was pretending to sleep as if he hadn't done anything at all. I'm going to get him back for this. Strangely, I felt my temper rising at his sleepy face. Pokes him in the nostril. Determined to get him back, I brought my lips to his cheek when I noticed that he was wearing an obnoxious grin and realized I was playing into his hands. Flicks him in the nose. You reach up like you're going to slowly kiss him and then you smack him. Wait, are you going to kiss me back? Not a chance. Cute. After the planetarium, we watched a movie and took a stroll through the familiar Shinjuku streets. The sun had already begun to set and was casting long shadows behind us. Kay's eyes smiled as he soaked in the somewhat lonely atmosphere. Wow, I can't believe it's already this late. And the day sure went by quickly. Time really does fly when you're having fun. It does. Hey, how was today? Did it make up for last time? Of course, I had a lot of fun. The planetarium was so relaxing, for the most part. And we did end up seeing a horror movie, but at least there was some emotional payoff at the end. I'm glad. I've kind of embarrassed myself a lot lately, so I hope this restored my honor a bit. Yeah, but I think it's too early to be talking about this date in the past tense. I have tomorrow off too, after all. I can stay with you for the rest of the day. Just today? Kay asked, his face lit by the twilight. Not just today. I looked over to Kay and reached for his hand. Taking his hand in mine, I entwined his fingers with my own. Now and forever. When I squeezed his hand tight, I noticed that his expression seemed somehow stiff. Kay?
Let's go back to my place and have dinner. Right now.
What?
I can't take this anymore.
He squeezed my hand back, then pulled me roughly into him. Whoa, wait!
No, I can't wait. This is all your fault.
Kay smiled as he whispered into my ear in a husky voice.
Hey, Spacey.
Yes? Cute.
I love you so much.
Where's this coming from?
Whenever I hug you tight, I always want to say that.
Okay, but you don't have to rush. We still have plenty of time left today. He wrapped me up tightly in his arms, tottering impatiently.
I know, but I just can't help myself.
That's not an excuse. Look, people are going to stare at us.
Nobody's paying attention. You've been holding back from hugging me too, haven't you?
Of course I have. I didn't do it back at the planetarium because we were still in public.
How about a kiss then?
That's even worse.
Aw. And then, tell me that you love me. What's wrong, Spacey? Your face is all red.
Spacey. I can hear you. You don't have to keep saying my name.
You get so embarrassed when I say your first name. It's cute. But I'll say it as many times as it'll take for you to give me what I want.
Okay, I love you. I love you. Now quit it already.
No, it's still not enough.
Oh, you're so greedy.
That's right. And I'm gonna keep asking you for more and more.
Go easy on me, okay? From comrades to lovers, and lovers to family, I was sure that our relationship would continue to evolve, bit by bit. There were parts that wouldn't change, too. I knew I couldn't win against Kay, and he probably thought the same of me. Yesterday became today, and today would become tomorrow. Our lives would stretch into the future. Today cannot become tomorrow. That's not how it works. Wait. No, today would become yesterday. Yesterday became today. Today would become... Wait, no. Tomorrow became today. You got it backwards. Hand in hand, we continue to walk together, slowly falling even deeper in love with each other. We'd be all right no matter what happened in the future, as long as we had each other. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get all the stuff in, so... Crossroad Part 1 can now be played. That's the Yoshinari story. Hey! It didn't give us a thing. Our extra CG for him. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there it is! It's so cute! Okay, don't look at it. I was like, wait a minute. Oh my god, okay. Let's go back. We're gonna go... We'll do the short story, and then we can do the text message things in the beginning of the next part, so... We'll see how much time we have. A pinch of starch. Here it is, a pinch. Why aren't they more specific about the exact amount? I held the recipe in one hand. I toiled in the kitchen for over an hour. And today I was attempting to make... Tenshinhan? Tenshinhan? Crab omelet rice. I don't know how to say that. It was going all right until the middle, but the gravy was giving me problems. Hey, a text. I wonder if it's Spacey. I turned off the gas and picked up my cell phone, and happily opened the text message. The message read, I'll be there in 30 minutes. I felt my spirits rising even higher. Ever since we promised to be together, we'd basically been living together for the past few weeks. She spent half the week at my place. Kazuki was thinking of getting his own place and had been looking, so we both thought it'd be good to try and get used to the new environment. We also were looking for a new place of our own, but I thought it was too soon for that. The purpose of this trial was for us to get used to each other. There have been so many new discoveries recently. I don't dislike trying new things, but it felt like a huge pain to move into a new place. If it didn't affect my work, I didn't feel like I really needed to find a new place. But once she and I started dating, I wanted to do more for her. I wanted to be a more upstanding person. We divided up the chores during this living together trial run. Since my work schedule was irregular, I'd ended up having to rely on her more. I'd always be the one making dinner on days off. Since she made dinner on weekdays, I did the dishwashing and take out the garbage. I mean, we could move into his apartment and leave Kazuki my apartment, you know what I mean? On the days she's here, she did all the cleaning, and I did it on the days that she doesn't. And this was my apartment, so I told her I'd do everything besides the cooking. But she said that wouldn't work for her since we'd be living together. Some things are really hard, but it's so fun.
We shared and we supported each other in this new life together. It's like a dream come true, but it was actually reality. Like anything else in reality, there were problems that arose. It's easy to create rules when they're theoretical, but tiny interactions in our daily lives expose differences in our values. For example, hey, Kate, do you know where the pack of natto in the fridge went? It was expired, so I threw it out yesterday. Huh. Should be fine for another 2 days. Might be terrible if you got food poisoning. That's just a Best Buy date. Should be fine for a few days more. Nobody could live with me. Did you smell it? Yeah. It smelled fine. It's fine. It's a month later. I knew that in my head, but it felt so wrong. When you get started cooking, you ended up buying a lot of ingredients you can't use up. You should try to be more flexible. Wouldn't it be better to do grocery shopping in a way that you don't end up with excess food? You'll reduce waste and everything is fresh. Is she saying that to us? I don't know who's saying what. I mean, anyway. And that's easier said than done. I guess it's my fault for not buying properly. Hey, I wasn't trying to blame you for anything. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Then let's agree to do this. I'll ask before I throw something away. That's supposed to be me. I don't know who's who. I hate it when they do this. I hate it. Drives me crazy. At least change the little, like, next thing, you know? If I step back to look at this, it seemed like a dumb thing, but you'd experience this difference in upbringing when you come across it yourself. Since we were both stubborn people, we'd refused to yield a lot previously. But in order to live together harmoniously, we couldn't ignore any potential problems, and that's why I was trying to be more considerate. I didn't think there'd be so much new to learn at my age. I also learned to be more patient, especially in regards to physical things. Yeah, no means no. Hey, please, not today. No way, I can't hold back. Please, no. Why? I told you that I was going to a nearby hot springs with Sakuragawa and Mukai, right? Yeah, but it's still early. I'll make sure you get enough sleep. It's not that. Okay, you always leave marks. Oh, yeah. Well, then I'll make sure I don't. I don't trust you. You always say that, but when I wake up in the morning, there's so many more. I don't think I do it on purpose. I get excited, you know? Like, good lord, they're kinky. That's why we can't tonight. This is final. Aww. I do, again, this goes back to my, like, wanting, like, a thing where it's, like, the strong, independent woman and she's in charge of everything. Because it's always like this. The guys are always, like, super fucking horny and just want to, like, pound you every second. You're always like, no, I don't, okay, whatever. And it's like the girls don't seem to enjoy it. Look, as borderline asexual, I get it. Like, I don't really care. But, like, the myth that women don't enjoy sex, they just do it because they have... There's plenty of women who enjoy sex. Okay? And there's plenty of women who want to get laid more than some men. Okay? Humans are different. Not all men are horn dogs, and not all women are, like, ice block prudes, okay? Everybody floats in the middle of those extremes, okay? So, like, it's just weird when it's always like, come on, I want to do it, I want to, come on. And she was like, I guess, They always act like it's like, every time, it's like, I mean, I get it, there's gonna be times, and there needs to be instances where they're like, yeah, no. Like, that's kind of supposed to be like, it's kind of supposed to be humorous and funny. But it's annoying more because every single time any one of the boyfriend, they're always, Sasasuka's route this one. Come on, let's go. Again. She's always acting like she doesn't want to do it. She wants nothing to do with them, and they're forcing her to have sex all the time. Or they're just hornballs, and it's like, you blinked at me so hard right now, I need to fuck you. I know it's supposed to be like, oh, it's sex. But it's actually more annoying that that's all they think about. It's like, I get it, but I don't. It's just, like, yes, I want them to be romantic and sexy, but I want her to actually want it. She always seems like she doesn't, like it's a pain in her ass that she has to have sex with these men. Like, so I think that's what bugs me about it. So I want that character, that MC who's like, I need you to service me now. And they're like, really? Do I have to? I'm so tired. We just had sex yesterday. Service me now. Like, I want the reverse. Just to kind of like, I need a little refreshment here. I need like something that's just going to like kind of throw me off balance because we always get this where they're like just hornballs and are basically dry humping your leg. It's like, we just had sex. I know, but you blinked at me and now I'm horny again.
are you okay? Like, and then she's always like, but I had sex with you last week. Or, oh my God, but it's embarrassing. We have 6 kids. We've been married 10 years, but it's embarrassing. You're embarrassing. Oh, it's just an irk. It just irks me. Like, you've got these sexy men who are just, like, ready to throw themselves at you when you blink at them. Like, at least enjoy it. Again, that scenario, I understand it was supposed to be kind of funny. Like, oh my God, but you leave marks. No. Like, it's supposed to be more amusing than annoying. It's just that deep down inner annoyance with the fact that she's always frigid. Like, always awkward, always embarrassed. And it's like, I'm going to need you to get over that. Because it's not cute. It's just, like, irritating. I don't know. Anyway. I really did hold back. And for a virile man in his late 20s, I almost would call it detrimental to my health. Okay, let's just simmer the fuck down, buddy. I jumped her after she came back from her trip, and she got mad at me for that too. Again, he can't keep it in his pants, and she doesn't want him to touch her. This is so stereotypical, and I hate it. The next morning, her voice was raspy, so I felt pretty bad about it. If you say that I'm not really holding anything back, I honestly can't deny it. And I hope I'll get some leniency on that. Her voice was raspy. Why? What were you? I don't want to know. Originally, I was kind of worried about living alone together. I was worried that I might lapse into a life of laziness if I depended on her too much. I was crazy about my beloved in front of me, and I'd be head over heels every time. She noted that and would sometimes scold me as we grew even closer together. I want to hug her. When I started to think about her so much, it flipped a switch inside me. I didn't think I'll grow out of this thing, nor did I want to. Hornball. For 2 people in love, physical touch was an important factor. Yes. Although every once in a while, you gotta keep it in your pants, buddy. The crab omelet rice I made for her had received a score of 70 points. A passing grade. Maybe I used too much starch because the sauce had thickened up too much, and that definitely got some marks off. I wrote the things to improve in my cooking notes and closed it. Spacey had just finished eating, and she appeared to be frowning. Spacey, what's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. The look on your face isn't saying nothing. No, I was just thinking of something. If there's something you want to say, just say it. We promise to be honest with each other. This is a really selfish request, but your selfish requests are like a reward to me. She was still hesitating as she turns away. I sit close next to her and peer into her face. Maisie then looked up at me with a determined expression. If she wants to get laid, she needs to make the initiative instead of being like, okay, I want you to have sex with me. Girl, I'm going to need you to use the initiative and pounce the man. Okay, you're popular with girls now, aren't you? Huh? Oh, that expression. You are, aren't you? How do you know? Sasazuka leaked some information to me. Oh, Takeru. I also heard from Yoshinari through Kazuki. Man, I'm surrounded. I knew part of it was because I'm not trustworthy. The ones whose names were brought up were friends that worried about me, so this was natural. As a matter of fact, I couldn't deny that there have been more women calling out to me recently. You know I turned down all of them. I don't think I'm treating them special. Because they know that you taken! And they're like, he's attractive. He's taken, he must be attractive. Look, we're simple things, people. Human beings. I trust you on that. Seems like it happens all the time. You've been working really hard, Kay, or being super jealous. Huh? Previously, only people who liked your looks or your job title approached you. That's a mean way to put it. Yet recently you've been cooking, doing chores. You're also much more motivated at work, but everyone around is still finding you to be warm and attractive. That's because you've been doing such a great job. That's because you've been doing such a great job of training me. When you get an increased level of attractiveness like that, of course you'll be more popular. So I guess my jealousy is misplaced, but, you know... She blushed and looked a little angry. Spacey mumbled in fragments. I couldn't hold back my smiles because she was so adorable. What are you laughing about? Sorry, but I haven't changed at all. You did change. I know how hard you've been working. Thanks, but you know what? Even if I did try and go out with other girls, I think I'd probably just get dumped in the end. Why's that? You say you love me, but I'm kind of annoying. I wouldn't trust a girl unless I was really in love, and that would make her sad. But I think you'll be able to face others now because you've grown as a person. Again, the awkward jealousy. Like, forced jealousy? I don't know. Hold on.
I'd never fall in love with anyone else. It's only you. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to misunderstand, but I thought that I shouldn't depend on you. What do you mean? I know that you love me. I know that for sure, but I do think that effort needs to be put in so that we continue to love each other. Yeah, I feel the same way. That's why I don't doubt your feelings.
So you're popular with the ladies, right? I don't doubt your feeling. What the fuck just happened here? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know who's talking now. Yes, wait. I know that you love... That was on...
Yes, I know that. I said so. People's hearts change, so you could still worry. Yes, even though I know that in my heart, I'll still get jealous. My worries are unending because I love you. But there's one thing I can prove. I didn't trust myself fully until earlier. I was worried about the way our connection of love was so intangible. And I'm currently at peace with that. I've fallen in love with you. So your personality, habits, voice, and everything else about you gives me life. I'm not sure if that's us or him. I don't know. With words, writing, or by touching, we might still not be able to tell each other the truth. I'm sure what we were really thinking can be misunderstood. That was exactly why I continue to put forth the effort to tell you with words from my heart.
I'm not sure who's speaking. I don't know. I hate these. Like, I like the side stories, but I fucking hate them because there's no way to tell who's talking, and I just, like, could you have just put, like, a tiny bit of fucking effort in on this? Change the little next thing a different color so I know, or, like... I hate it. It drives me crazy. It was the same way in the first game. It's like a serious gripe.
So long as I want to keep living, I won't meet another girl that I want to protect with my life. You're my first and last.
That I know is him. That sounds like you're splitting hairs.
Because you're here, I want to live. That's the main criteria here. So other girls have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You're the only one for me.
Sorry for being weirdly jealous. Yeah, exactly, because it made no fucking sense, but...
Sure. So give me a kiss and apology.
There you go again, getting carried away. He just wants a kiss, girl. Give it up.
That's what I love about you.
Yeah, that's what always causes me so much trouble.
We laugh cheerfully while Spacey reaches out to me and kisses me on the forehead.
I mean, I guess I know that she's like, you're getting carried away. I guess it's supposed to be joking, but it's just because she kind of acts so prudish and so many other things. I can't read that into what she's saying. I don't know. But, you're so cute, but that's not enough. I don't know who's saying that. I knew you'd say that. Oh, no, he said that. Oh, you're so cute, but that's not enough. She's okay.
Okay, let's have a do-over then. I approached her with a smile and she let me touch her lips. I enjoyed these kisses 2 or 3 more times, and she glared at me while blushing.
Okay, you did that on purpose. See, again, we're alone and you're blushing because you're getting kissed. It's fucking weird.
What did I do?
Please don't close your mouth.
You want more?
You're mean.
She became obstinate and moved her lips closer. The heat of her tongue caressed my lips. I embraced her and drew her in close. And we shared a deep, deep kiss.
I'm not moaning. Who's saying open your mouth more? Phew. Ooh, good job. Here's a little reward from me. Wow, we're getting a little...
I whispered in her ear while she breathed heavily, her hands clenched tightly around my back. I smiled at seeing how badly she wanted me to, but this still wasn't enough for me. I ripped my own top off and then rubbed our cheeks. We then rubbed our noses together.
Okay, what, can we not get detailed?
I can't really hold back today, so shall we? Her flushed face went a little pale, but I stole her lips once more. My love and emotions overflowed into my words. What I wasn't able to express with words, I'd find other ways to express.
Yeah, physically. But again, she got a little, like, awkward. Ugh. We'll do the leaf thing in the next part because we don't have enough time. But we can go through our CGs. So hide alternatives is A. Okay. I think this one was really funny in the prologue. With like oh my god, I just kind of wanted to pounce him. What? Girl, where did that come from? Huh? And that. But then you have that. I just kind of wanted to pounce on him. What? And then now, months later, you're making it. It's June. You've been dating for like 5 or 6 months now. And it's like, oh, I'm awkward when he kisses me privately. Girl, what? It's like so fucking weird. This is... Her eyes look watery like she's crying though. But like... This did take me by surprise, not gonna lie. Like... Right off the bat, the first thing in the thing is that CG making out. What? What? Jeez. He really does have good CGs. Look, he's beautiful there. Not my favorite character. He's a little fucking weird and clingy and needy. And weird in the not, like, Shiraishi weird kind of way. But his CGs, he's goddamn beautiful. Like, you know? She's actually really cute in the CGs, too. This one is, like, my favorite. I don't know what it is about the art style on her. It's slightly different than normal. It looks slightly different. It could be, like, the shape of her eye, something, but I just love it. It's super cute. I also like how he's, like, adjusting his tie. Like, he's like, I'm just gonna take my tie off. I don't know. I love it. I do love his CGs. I really do. Like, he's, like, sexy businessman, and we're, like, talking dirty to him over there. Like, especially that. I love her face. I think this might be my favorite CG just because I love her in it so much. Like, she looks beautiful in this one too. I think it's because sometimes her hair just makes her look stupid because it's the jellyfish thing. This one's cute too. All of them are good. He had really good CGs, I'm not gonna lie. For a character that I'm not that into, like, I don't dislike him. You know, it's not like, oh, I hate him. It's like, he's not my favorite. Like, I know a lot of people love him, but he's just a little too the clingy weird. I love Yoshinari in this one. I really do. It's like the first time I've been like, Yoshinari's fucking adorable, and I just want to give him a hug. Like, I mean, I don't dislike him as a side character, but I've never seen him as, like, a love interest. Like, yeah, no, I want to round. No? But this, I'm like, yeah, no, now I kind of do. Like, you're super cute. Like, but, yeah. I don't know. I honestly think Sasazuka's might have been a little steamier. Just because we got the shirtless one. Hey, hi! You're standing there naked, wet. Okay, I dig that. I'm gonna be disappointed because Shiraishi's not gonna be as much as I want to be, and he's my favorite, and they're gonna do him dirty. But they do that to everybody. Like, all your favorites are always the ones that are done dirty. This is fucking adorable. Yeah. Like, okay, but I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, does he have dog ears? He absolutely does. Are those supposed to be foxes? He's got ears, though. Okay. Little genius. It's cute. Sasazuka's little completionist CG is still the fucking best. You cannot top that one at all. I like the little chibi ones though too. They're cute. All right. Yeah, so we'll go here. We'll give you the super fun NCG. Yeah, and then we'll do the normal ending, and we only have one bad ending because I did the one accidentally. We were supposed to fail trigger mode, and we kind of already got that one. So we will come in, we'll do the normal ending, we'll do our bad ending, and then we'll do our text messages in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.